Carried. So we've got the... And so,
Item 9.
so item 9, and I'm happy to move this because this is common sense. Do I have a seconder? Thank you, Jake. Any questions? Any debate? Right, I'll put the motion. All those in favour? All those against? Carried. Thank you.
Second.
Righto. So we're going to... Sarah's moving it and Aaron seconding it.
That's twice.
Right, so we've got no questions, we've got no debate. I'll move... Oh, righto.
Right, we have a staff presentation, if needs be.
Okie dokie.
Oh, there's lots of them coming up. Southwark Street.
We're done.
Oh, we don't. All right.
Southwark.
Yes, Southwark, yeah. Number 10.
You've escaped.
Item
You're all
number
right.
10. Okay, welcome.
Morena. My name is Corinne. I'm the project manager for Southwark Street, and this is Laura. She's the planner from the urban region team that has been starting the project. Do I work it or? Oh.
We've just got some slides.
Yeah, go for your life. Okay, so we had... Sarah, you had a question?
No, I'll debate it at the end.
Okay, righto.
Second.
Righto. So,
So, am I,
shall we listen to the presentation? Right, okay. Please proceed.
I'll be brief.
No, we've got all day.
So I'm just
No,
going
we
to run through the project
haven't.
scope and engagement and communication for the project. Basically, in December 22, I briefed the Waipapa Puppet in a central community board on the project, and I'm now bringing it to council for a decision under Plan A due to the location of Southwark Street. Project scope. We basically plan on planting 6 new trees along Southwark Street, 2 within the existing berms, 1 acer on the north side of the street and 1 smaller magnolia on the south side of the street. We also plan on planting 4 acres built into tree pits will be built as tree pits built out into the road with landscaping underneath. Where we can, we aim to increase tree canopy without impacting on existing car parking arrangements. However, with the locations, we are quite restricted to underground and overground infrastructure that's in place on the road. It's quite a busy, narrow street. Much of the on-street parking on Southwark Street is not delineated by painting of individual spaces. And to create the new tree pits, we will need to take over car parking spaces currently available for 4 car parks. 2 of these on the north side of the road in P60 areas and 2 of them on the south side of the street. We undertook a parking survey that showed us that the average uptake of the street space for parking has not exceeded 60%. So that gives us some confidence that the removal of the car park spaces will not have a significant impact on the actual functioning of the street itself. I hand-delivered letters to local businesses on the 21st of December, went down, had a chat to lots of people on the street, and they were able to provide feedback until the 16th of January, and overall it was very positive. We did receive written feedback from Dunn's accountants and business advisors after I'd spoken to them, and they expressed concerns about the leaves that would litter their car park and questioned how large the trees would grow. I responded saying that the council would maintain the trees accordingly and leaves would be cleared to have minimal inconvenience. Because of the nature of the area and the tree pit design themselves, the trees would not grow to a really big full height and but still provide adequate tree cover. We also received some informal feedback when visiting the businesses. 3 businesses expressed they were very happy with the proposed tree plantings, and 1 expressed concerns about the removal of the car park, which was the cafe at the end of the street. That's it. Thank you.
Okay, so there were...
Well done.
Oh, we got questions. Victoria? Yes, please.
Can I just check on the timing again in relation to the engagement with the businesses? The 21st of December to the 16th of January is an incredibly busy time for a great deal of people. Was there pre-engagement prior to that, and were you happy with the level of response that you've got? Because I can't see from that how much actual response you got in relation to the letters that you sent out.
Yeah, I went down personally and hand-delivered the letters. There were still lots of business operating within December. The street was very busy. Lots of people in the cafes. Southwark Street has lots of studios, so there's tiny little businesses within one area. Where I could, I just explained to the staff that were there. A lot of them are tenants within the business, so they were happy to pass the letters on to the tenant, the landlord, or whoever that might be as well. And they put notices up within their staff boards and what have you. They were overall very positive about the.
I really just want to make the comment in relation to timing of consultation with businesses at a really busy time of year, and whether that's good practice or not, perhaps is a conversation for another day.
Thank you. Aaron?
Yeah, my only question around this, and I am happen to be the seconder, because introducing trees to here makes perfect sense, but why are we going for trees that don't grow that big when we want to increase our tree canopy? Like, I would have thought we'd put in something that could grow as big as possible, like a beech or something. Like.
The street itself is quite narrow there, so if we have a very large canopy, it's going to shade too much in the street as well. I don't know whether, James, you can provide James the arborist on the
pretty
project.
restricted there with services as well, so there's big root penetration issues as well with services, and also boundary cutbacks and carriageway cutbacks as well. So we're just trying to find a balance between what can grow there and sort of future maintenance issues as well. So just trying to find a happy medium.
So
Sensible.
how do those cities that are slightly busier than ours, like Sydney and New York and that have really large trees in their streets, how do they get on?
Perhaps if I could answer that, Councillor had quite a bit of experience in managing street trees in larger cities, particularly Melbourne. The arborists work to choose the right tree for the right location. So if you're seeing big trees, it's because it's the right location. You do have the problems sometimes where they have been planted poorly in the past and there is significant ongoing maintenance problems. We're trying to avoid those maintenance problems with the choice of species these days, looking at the space that's there, the underground services, the overground services, to get that right tree for the location.
So we get an assurance that everywhere you'll go the biggest tree you possibly can to increase the canopy cover. Brilliant.
Absolutely.
We have calculated that we will, when the trees get to mature size, they will reach the 20% canopy cover target.
Okay, thank you, James.
Thanks for that. Just something that you said there, I'm just keen to know this. Falling leaves is usually a common concern from people, and it obviously creates some OPEX for us as council. Maybe this is a really silly question, but I've always wanted to know, why don't we put in evergreen trees? Why do we put deciduous ones
Evergreen
in?
trees still drop debris just all year
Do
round.
they?
Yeah.
So some more than others?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So are these evergreen then?
No, they're deciduous. So
Okay, well then why do we pick trees that drop more?
evergreen trees, because it's just the nature of we want the shade in the summer and then the light through in the winter time. If we plant evergreen trees, you can get overshading during the winter period as well. So it's just
Okay,
again,
so it's a
just
trade-off
balance
that we're comfortable with. All right.
Yeah, it's just trying
Cool.
to find balance. Yeah.
Okay, we're now moving in. A question there.
So I've forwarded people through a response that I'd had on the type of tree and the growth and bits and pieces, which is good. But I just noticed the difference between the comment you made about the fact that we're going to be restricting their growth from the tree pit and bits and pieces. So I just want to clarify, because the email said that they will grow 12 metres tall by 6 metres, or is that what they could grow, but we're going to restrict them more?
That's the optimal size I'll grow. They can grow bigger than that. But
Oh,
that's
okay,
sort
so
of-
that's what we're sort of
Yeah.
roughly aiming
And
for.
the tree pit design that we've,
Yeah.
that will
Yeah,
stop
that's
from
great.
growing too big.
Oh, no,
yeah.
that's really cool. Thank you.
Okay, so we'll now move into the debate department. Yeah, Yanni, you had a debate?
Oh no, I had a question just about
sorry.
the cost. Like, it seems quite high, $80,000 for just tree pits and trees. So can you just advise why it seems so expensive?
There's quite a lot that goes into the tree pit design as well. We've also got to consider traffic management to actually put them in. We've also got establishment of the trees themselves. So within the budget is included 2 years of maintenance for the trees, watering, pruning, that kind of thing. Outside of the budget after that, that's different. That's how much it costs to get.
So how much does the tree pits cost each?
It's about 7,000?
I think, yeah,
Yeah, about 6,000-7,000 per tree pit. And then obviously we've got contractors to...
Traffic management.
Traffic management is a lot, especially on that street, 'cause it's quite small and narrow.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry, I didn't quite hear what you said. How much a tree pit is it?
Probably about
6 to
6,000-7,000 per tree pit, just for the tree pit itself.
Okay, and Melanie.
I was
Phil-
just-
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
She didn't quite finish the answer. It includes the installation. It's
Yeah,
not
okay.
the...
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Melanie?
I was just wondering, during the year when the ARA students are at ARA, because I presume that they're pretty much finished then in December, and they would park down there. Do you know if the parking's used more during the year?
Sorry, I can't...
Is the parking followed during other points of the year other than December?
The parking analysis we did was only in the December. We did it on a Tuesday night and a Saturday as well to encompass kind of both, but I wouldn't know about the rest of the year. It seems pretty consistent down there. And there's a Williams Corporation residential being built in the area as well, along the street. That obviously doesn't have any parking for its residents. They are short-term car parks. They're not all-day car parks. They're 15 minutes or 60 minutes that we're removing. And just 4 of those. There is still parking on the street and Manchester and Madras as well.
Okie dokie. So we're now in debate. Who would like to debate?
Just wind it up then.
I thought you were going to debate before. All those in favour?
Aye.
Against? Carried. Thank you very much. Item 11.
Thank you.